It's 4th versus 5th in the London Underground Football League Division 2, as Docklands Light Railway hosts Real Metropolitano, with both sides knowing that they'll be in the same division next season. The teams only had pride to play for, but nobody seemed to tell them that. It was the young upstarts in Real Metropolitano that took an early lead, as they applied pressure to the back line, where a loose pass from the DLR goalkeeper went straight to the Real Met number 11, who put the Yellows 1-0 up. However, shortly after, a bouncing ball forwards wasn't dealt with by the Real Metropolitano defence. The ball then fell to the DLR number 11, who hit the ball on the half volley to equalise at 1-1. The Docklanders then piled the pressure on, with the Real Met keeper pulling off a good save to keep them out, before a free kick from 25 yards out dipped into the top left-hand corner to put DLR into the lead at 2-1. DLR then extended their lead before half-time. This long ball up from the goalkeeper wasn't dealt with by the Real Met defence, and a strike on the half volley from the Whites number 7 was too tricky for the keeper to deal with, to make it 3-1 to DLR at half-time. In the second half, it looked as though DLR would steam ahead, as they picked up goal number 4 as a corner was played towards the far post and flicked back inside to be poked home, shortly after the restart to make it 4-1 to DLR. However, the tide started to turn shortly after, as the DLR defence nearly helped Real Met claw a goal back, before the Yellows worked the ball down the left-hand side. The DLR defence failed to deal with the threat, which led to Real Met winning a penalty. The penalty was placed into the keeper's left-hand side to make it 3-2. Real Met then found more luck down the left-hand side, with this well-placed shot just inside the box, making it 4-3, and Real Metropolitano nearly equalised shortly after, with this shot from a cross-in on the left-hand side being cleared off the line. Real Metropolitano then thought they'd scored an equaliser. However, the attackers were deemed in an offside position from the free kick, while up the other end, DLR had the ball in the back of the net, but were also deemed to be offside in the build-up. DLR looked to have regained control of the match late in the second half, as this long throw towards the back post caused absolute chaos on the Real Metropolitano goal line, with the Yellows' defence scrambling to keep the ball out. And then, Real Met made their defensive work pay off, with this shot in from the left-hand side sneaking under the goalkeeper to equalise the game at 4-4. And then, right at the death, Real Met were on the attack again, this time down the right-hand side. This pass found the Yellow number 11, who crossed the ball in towards the far post, which was tapped in by the Real Metropolitano striker to give them a 5-4 lead in the dying moments of the game, and 5-4 is how this game ended.